All right, good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. I'm Alex Fisher alongside Kevin Charette. Thanks for joining us for After Sunrise. I'm going to see if our director can pull it up, the live shot of the Sphere. This is, so the Sphere in Las Vegas, of course. They have yes, our director, Adam. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. He's like, I have a name.
We need to put a camera in there.
We need to put a camera and a mic in there. I don't think he'll say anything.
Mysterious Adam.
But yeah, he wouldn't say anything. They changed it. They've got that Postcard from Earth show that they're promoting.
Oh yeah, but what was on it?
Well, it was just that how would you describe it? It was like a wave.
Oh,
it was
okay.
Very mesmerizing.
Not sure if I want that. I was staying at the Venetian a few months ago, and I woke up, opened the blinds, and my room faced right near the Sphere.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a smiley face, the yellow smiley face.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool to open the blinds, and you were just waking up, and this big old smile.
I got to tell you.
With a cup of coffee he had.
That venue is so impressive. I mean, it's amazing on the outside, but inside it is just unbelievable. If you ever get an opportunity to go see a show.
I almost went, but they need to bring the prices down. To see, Mother Earth, I forget how much it was. It was like 100 and something.
Yeah, it's like 100. I think it's like 75 to 100 bucks.
I mean, I get it. They're trying to pay for this $1 billion Sphere.
Yeah.
But I'm not going
to.
There we go. That's what I woke up to at the Venetian. Just looking at me straight into my window. And I think you'll probably see a coffee cup here in just a second. He'll grab his coffee cup. But it's kind of cool. But I just can't stomach $100 to see.
So I saw U2 when they were there about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, you were eating top ramen for about a month.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was a Christmas gift, but it was a Christmas gift. I did not pay for it, but
it was spendy.
It was. I mean, just it actually wasn't too bad for. I mean, like a concert there. Like I think it was like $350 or $400 for a concert.
Yeah.
Which I mean, obviously that's expensive, but it didn't break the bank. I mean, you hear about some concert tickets costing like thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't, I mean, and that did exist there if you wanted front row and front and center. But look, they have like the Postcard from Earth, and then they also have it's called U2 Experience, so you can actually go and watch the concert, and it's like broadcast on the screen, and then they just utilize the same graphics and everything. So it's like, man, it's pretty cool. But I highly recommend if you ever get an opportunity to go see a concert at the Sphere, do it. And I have to say, it's not just the visuals that are impressive; it's the sound.
Yeah, immersive.
It's very immersive. So
I think the Backstreet Boys are going there soon. Is it Backstreet Boys?
Yes.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys will be there. Yes, you're right. But there's like I think there's like 18,000 speakers in there. Right?
That's what it's known for, is the immersive sound.
Yeah, I mean the sound is just so impressive. So basically, how it's designed, and actually, I want to say there's even more speakers in there. Let me double check because it's just unbelievable.
How many speakers in the Sphere? Personally, I could look at this all day. I love that. I love the face, how he just looks all around.
Let's see.
Alex is seeing how many speakers are in.
I'm sorry. There's 167,000 speakers.
Okay.
So basically,
that's crazy.
It is, as it was described to me, the speakers. There's 167,000. I think there's 18,000 seats. I think that's what it is. There's 18,000 seats. 167,000 speakers. You've got a set of speakers that are positioned toward each seat.
Right.
So yourself, you get, and it's designed so when you're sitting there, you're getting the waves, the audio waves coming at you specifically. So what's cool is it's loud, but it doesn't hurt your ears.
Right.
It's like, it's more of you feel it, but it doesn't it's just not ear piercing.
Imagine being the sound tech.
Oh my gosh, I know. Like,
what's the soundboard look like?
Yeah, what does the soundboard
look like? Hey Adam, you think you got it tough in there?
I mean, it is, but yeah, 167,000 speakers, and yeah, they're positioned correctly. So what was cool is like when you hear, for example, when you hear a helicopter coming in, you can hear it like from really quiet in the back, and then it comes over you, and it really does mess with your mind. I mean, it does mess with your mind.
It's like some songs nowadays, and there's not very many, but spatial audio, even on, there's some Apple Music that's...
When you turn your head and...
I forget what it...
it's like you can hear the...
there's a name for
it's like spatial audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of songs that have it, but...
There are some where if you turn that on, though, it's like you can hear like the instruments in the back and then in the front. I don't know how they do it. But again, it goes back to it's the science. It's science of waves, right? Like it comes down to waves. Okay, I want to talk about this this random act of kindness story that we ran earlier this morning. I think it was so cool. So
you don't find this very often from teenagers.
No, you don't. And I love that it's going viral. And I hope it actually inspires others, not just teens, but just anybody. All of us. These simple like acts of kindness. Like I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say it. People like we're so focused on ourselves.
That's for sure.
Like we're so focused on ourselves, and I think that like even like there are a lot of people who want to go out and do these big things, but they also want the recognition for it.
Yeah, you should never do anything for recognition.
And so, and I want to say that I'm not saying most people, I'm just saying it's out there. But so I love like the idea of like a random act of kindness and how impactful it can be to some people. I mean, it can really make the difference in someone's life. Just something so simple, so minute. So here's the story of this teen couple. They were celebrating their 4-month anniversary, essentially, and they decided to do something unique, special, and be kind to others at a hospital in Connecticut. Here's Amanda Pitts.
One step at a time.
Get better. You'll get through this.
That's what two teens, seniors at Southington High School, wrote on note cards during a date night in mid-April.
I saw a TikTok that was like similar, and we had nothing to do, and I really wanted to do it as like our 4-month anniversary date.
They bought flowers to go with the notes and drove to Hartford Hospital, where they went car to car, putting the pick-me-ups on people's windshields.
And then we gave away the extra flowers to the lady working in the stands.
They recorded the whole thing and posted it on TikTok.
We didn't expect it to go viral, and how much does that have right now? Like
500K views and around 100K likes.
It was a small act of kindness, but one that touched so many people, from employees to visitors. One woman who says she was here visiting her daughter at Connecticut Children's.
She was there for 10 days, actually, and I want to go home after a very difficult day. And when I go to the park, and I saw like 2 purple flowers on the car with a note. It was a surprise.
The note Amel Zubeidi got said, "You will be okay."
Someone feel my pain without knowing anything, and he told me, "You are not alone."
The TikTok reached so many people, it ended up on Zubeidi's daughter's For You page, who showed it to her mom, who got to see the teens responsible for making her day.
I want to tell them that just keep going like so. You made our life like beautiful.
They hope it makes others want to do the same.
I hope that it inspires others to do better and like be the better version of themselves and help people who need help during hard times.
Great lesson for sure.
Yeah, so a story from Amanda Pitts.
Sometimes I think we say, oh, we're too busy, I couldn't do this, or too busy, I couldn't do that. Sometimes we have to just put life in check and say, I'm never too busy to do something nice. Do you have like a random act of kindness that you received that just made a huge difference in your life? I'd have to think on that one.
So for me, I will tell you, I remember vividly, I had one of my friends who, I had like 15 years ago, I had a kind of a medical scare and I had to go to the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 10 days. I had surgery on my lungs. And so it was a whole thing. And I mean, they were testing me for cancer. They were testing me for like all of these things. It was just a really scary time. And, I remember I had, this is when I was in college, and I had some of my close friends down in school. They recorded a video message, or like a video message, and it was like 15 seconds or something. And it wasn't goofy or anything like that. It was just, hey, just wanted to we were just thinking of you. but like they were like being very, it was very genuine. It was like, hey, like we were here at lunch, whatever, like talking about you, and we were just thinking about you and hope all is well. Can't wait till you come back. That message though, like I had people texting me and all that stuff, but I think that like just that, like saying, hey, we were here at lunch talking about you, and thinking of you, and just wanted to check in. That made like all the difference in the world for me.
Right.
And it was so simple. And that 15-second clip, no production value whatsoever, 15 years later, however long it's been, it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me then, and it means a lot to me now,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Can't remember anything off the top of my head. I'm sure there was, but, for me, I think I focus more on the random acts of kindness that I can give, not so much what has been given to me. That's why I have to really think. But there's always, acts of kindness. I think, I can remember, and this is I was talking to a friend one day, and I told her, I said, yeah, you know what, I think about getting this new I think it was PS5, and we were just talking, and I didn't think anything about it, and I was going to look at buying one, and I went to her house one day to see her and her family, and her kids come out in a bag, and it was a PS5 for me. I guess you could call that a random act of expensive kindness. I was like, whoa. She goes, no, she said, for all the things you do, this is just my way of giving back to you. I was like, okay, that was nice, but something like that. She didn't have to go above and beyond like that, just because I mentioned that I was thinking about getting something down the road. But I think it fulfills your heart when you can really do it yourself. Not even on that level, just pulling somebody aside and saying, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. We never know what people are thinking in their heads.
Oh, yeah. I think that it's just, again, in this world where we're so focused on our screens and we're so focused on being like preoccupied. One of the things that, and I've actually been pretty good about this, but one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to stop getting so busy, right? To the point where it's just like you're living by your calendar and you're going from, because one of the things.
How's that going?
It's going actually really well. It really is going well. I'm saying no to things more. I'm not going out as much. Filling my calendar with, a lot of things. And I have really been able to slow down and focus on the things that gives me purpose, gives me joy. When I'm done with work, I'm done with work. And it's, of course, and it goes up and down, but it's more just trying to readjust the mentality, right? It's going to be a journey, right? Slowing down is going to be a journey. You can't just turn things off. But I realized one day in December, you remember, I was in that production of Hairspray. It was just, I've never been so busy in my life, both professionally and personally.
Consumed your life.
Huh?
Consumed your life.
It just, personally, it was the election season. Professionally, I was hosting debates in October, doing rehearsals. Then we had the election. Then we had all of those things going on in December, all of the events and shows and everything. And then I was doing this production of Hairspray, and it was nonstop. I had to literally budget time in to visit with family and friends. I'm doing all of these fun things, all of these great things. This is not how it's supposed to be. And so I was like, I'm gonna just slow down. I'm gonna slow down, and it really has. It's a journey, it's a process, but it really has made a difference. I also just started noticing every time I was talking to people just out and about, it's how are you doing? And everyone goes, what's the crutch? No, just keeping busy. Why? Why are we there? Why are we just keeping busy all of the time? And anyway, so being able to slow down and be more, really trying to focus on going out with friends and putting the phone away and focusing on, or family or whatever, and focusing on being in the moment and not just okay, I can only be here for a couple minutes or a couple hours, and I got to go here, then I got to go here, I got to go here. And so for me, it is pure joy when I can go to bed on Friday night and know the next thing on my calendar is going into work Monday morning. And the weekend, for example, is just let it be.
Yeah.
Wherever the day takes you.
Yeah,
or the
no,
days.
I get you. You got
so
work.
nice.
You go home. You're doing all the stuff you have to do at the house. And then you got to find that little time for yourself.
Even if it's just like, so one of my really good friends, I've talked about it before. He's a firefighter, and talk about crazy schedule, right? Like when his schedule is all over the place.
Yeah,
And
that's a crazy schedule.
That's a crazy schedule. And so like he was always telling me, hey, it's difficult when you go from, especially when you're, he's got the 2 ons, 2 offs, 2 ons, and however it works, and then 8 days off. But when you're in that in between, when you're 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, when you're in a shift where you're just getting called out every couple of hours for those 48 hours, I mean, your body is just done. It's just exhausted, right? And he was telling me though, like one of the things that has helped him is having me time, and is scheduling me time and sometimes, and he tries to focus on a day where it's just like, a full day of me, right? Where it's like his kids know, hey, like I'm on me time, like, you can do your things, and he's out and doing, he's out like looking after them and whatever, or he has a sitter come or his parents come or whatever. But anyways, he was telling me about scheduling me time, right? Like focusing on you and just allowing you to, whether it's an hour, whether it's half a day, whether it's the whole day, whatever it may be, giving yourselves those little opportunities throughout time to just kind of like do whatever you want. And it recharges you. I mean, it really does recharge you and lets you kind of just take a breather. And so he helped me get into that a little bit, and it really is nice. And it really does make you like your mind shifts on what's important to you and quite honestly what's not.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about, we can go into sports now. So another group of high school athletes, this is the time of year where they're signing, making their commitments to colleges and universities, which is really cool. So 17 sports director Anthony Vasquez has a look at some of the high school signings, which of course are always fun to see.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Another group of high school athletes are continuing their careers in college. BCHS held its signing day ceremony yesterday. 14 athletes were celebrated inside the Eagles gym. Some are staying close to home at places like Biola and Cal Lutheran. Others are heading out east as far as South Carolina. Football, softball, and water polo were a few of the sports represented at an event that celebrates the hard work each athlete put in to perfect their crafts.
We're very proud of every single senior athlete that competed today, and all the senior athletes that committed throughout the season, and all of our athletes in general. 2024, 2025 were very successful years for athletics, and we're excited to see the future continue to grow here.
High school track season is wrapping up, but not without our local schools earning some hardware. Stockdale High is celebrating a clean sweep after both their track and field teams brought home Central Section titles up in Dinuba last week. The boys squad tallied 80 points, while the girls were the only team to break 100. Dylan Thomason and Vincent Carnegie earned a combined 5 individual boys championships, while Chisatere Okedike, Nevaeh Howard, and Hannah Pacheco won D2 titles on the girls' side. Now, the Mustangs aren't the only track team celebrating, though. Kern Valley's girls' squad ran away from the competition in the Central Section's Division 6 championships in Fresno. The Broncs were the only team to score more than 85 points. Jada Bushling won 2 individual titles, while Aspen Hacker took home 3. All qualifiers will head to Clovis this Saturday for the Central Section Masters. It's the final qualifying meet before the state meet. These are the schools with the most entries this weekend. BHS with 14 individuals. Liberty has the most individuals heading up north in Kern County with 15. Stockdale 17, Frontier sending 10, BCHS, Golden Valley, and Independence all with 9. And that's all for sports. I'll see you later this evening. Back to you.
So exciting to see that. Jada Bushling out of the Kern River Valley. I coached her brothers, Zach and Trey Bushling, so I've known her since she was just a little baby. So congratulations to Jada. And, so cool to see our athletes. Of course, everybody knows I was part of baseball for, 20 years. And a lot of these kids that were on my team when they were younger are signing at these colleges, and a good group of these baseball players out of Bakersfield are going to BC. The BC baseball team is going to be phenomenal, I think, next year. And then Taft College actually has a great baseball program, and Robert Salazar, who I coach, is going to be signing there. So just great to see all these athletes here in Kern County signing, but not signing outside of Kern County, but signing right here in our own community, whether it be at Cal State or BC or Taft College. Great to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's so cool is you get both.
Yes.
Right? Like you're seeing, it's not just there. It's always great to go out and experience and explore and all that
but
stuff.
There's nothing wrong with staying right here in your own community to get that education.
100%. We've got some great higher ed spots here, which is always great to see.
Yep.
But this is just an exciting time for our students.
It
I mean, our
is.
high school students getting ready to go off and continue their education or their professional experience, and it's really exciting. We were at CSUB for graduation on Friday, and had a great show out there. But just hearing from the students and the educators and everything, and it really is an exciting time. I don't know anyone right now who's getting ready to graduate, but anytime that anytime you know someone who is getting ready to graduate, whether that be high school or college, it doesn't matter. You really get in on the fun, and it's just exciting because it's another chapter obviously for them, but it's also waiting to see how they're going to contribute to society, and it's really cool to see. It's really cool to be part of.
Yeah, and when you're close to some of these kids, like for me, seeing them so young and then growing up and graduating.
You've seen the journey.
My graduation announcements have been long this year because there's numerous, and I mean even our own Nathan Bryant, who's our executive producer here. I can remember him graduating high school and graduating from Cal Poly, and that was big for me because I was his baseball coach when he was 10 years old, and now he tells me what to do here at Channel 17.
Yeah. I mean, it's just really cool to again kind of see those things. But I mean, like you were saying, you see all these kids grow up, and
become
their
successful
own individual people.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I think is so cool is you see this progression, which is cool. Want to talk about something that you might hear overnight. So Vandenberg Space Force Base is telling everyone that they're going to launch an unarmed nuclear missile. It's just a test overnight. But listen, I mean, this is what it's going to look like, right? I mean, it's when it comes out of that silo and then just shoots up. So it's set for tomorrow morning between 12:01 a.m. and 5:01 a.m. So we love to see the SpaceX launches. This one though is going to be kind of cool to see too, because it's a missile, right? And
I think you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, you're supposed to see it. I mean, they're letting everyone know. You'll hear it. So they're warning everyone, and it is possible. It is possible that we could hear the sonic boom as well. I mean, we are within that range.
Window.
What do you call it? Like the
you could call it the sphere of influence.
Yeah, I mean it's however whatever it's called. But it's just so cool to see how it shoots up from the silo and then goes.
And then does it explode in midair or what?
Yeah, I don't know what happens next. I don't know if they just crash it into the ocean or crash it into the desert or something. I don't know. But again, it's unarmed. It's simply just a test. It's pretty much just they're looking pretty much to see how accurate can they
velocities.
All of that stuff. They got to do these tests, obviously, because when we need to use it in real time.
Hopefully never.
Never,
ever.
But that's what they're doing. So they're kind of putting that warning out. But, when we see those SpaceX launches, we can sometimes, even the SpaceX launches, we can hear the sonic boom.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times these test launches, it's, what would you say, a flex of the muscles a little bit? Even though it's a test?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a test.
It's a test.
Trust me.
I mean,
other countries, other people are watching.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not the only ones watching this launch.
Yeah,
trust me.
They're recorded.
It's a test
and
for a
everything.
reason.
Yeah. Also, we've got Memorial Day weekend coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
You doing anything fun?
No.
No.
I don't travel on Memorial Day.
No.
It's crazy, and I don't do it. I just relax. I do a little barbecue on Sunday with the family, and then
kind of just chill. Hang out.
I'm working Monday, so I can't be up too late.
Yeah. I'm leaving for Atlanta on Thursday. I'll come back on Sunday. So I'm taking this weekend off. But I will be back in time to see the Thousand Flag event.
Oh, you'll be back Monday?
Yeah, I'll be back. I get back on Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking Monday and Tuesday off. No, just Monday off. So I'll be back for it because I love the Thousand Flags event. I think it is so cool. It is one of my favorite things to do is actually to wake up fairly early. Early 6:30, 7 a.m. Grab a coffee and walk through all the flags. I mean, it is just a really beautiful.
Oh yeah, they do a great job.
They do a great job. These are not like small flags. I mean, these are full-size flags.
Yep, and respect them. I know a year ago or so, somebody stole all the flags.
They are back.
They recovered them.
They recovered.
Have respect. Don't touch the flags.
But and then there's also so much happening. There's a concert that's going to happen Saturday night. Then Sunday they're going to do, for the first time, they're going to do a run. I think it's like a 5K. So some fun things going on this weekend. Yeah,
and the weather will be perfect for it.
Yeah, I mean it is the unofficial start to summer. I mean you want it to be a little toasty.
Yeah, I guess. I
don't. Well, I mean you know what I mean.
Just because it's the unofficial start of summer doesn't mean I want it toasty.
No, but you want to be in like shorts and a t-shirt and like soak up the sun. And I love going. I love one of my favorite. I mean I do this almost every year. Is I spend a lot of my actual Memorial Day out at the Parker Riverwalk. Do my walk, go to either Cafe Smitten or get a cup of coffee, and then hang out for several hours at Eureka on the patio. Have a couple beers, enjoy food, and just enjoy the afternoon. It's really nice. Yeah.
I just stick to the house. I don't like the crowds.
Yeah. I mean, barbecue, though. I mean, it's a great barbecue weather, though, too.
The other thing that's out right now, if you have not noticed, are the mosquitoes.
Oh,
they have hatched.
Are they back?
Yes. I was outside in the backyard just a couple days ago, and within minutes, I was itching my ankles. And,
those things. That's
I'm like, that time of the year. For some reason, they love me, and I don't love them.
What is is it a lotion, or what do you use?
It's actually from Avon. It's called Skin So Soft. My grandma was a big Avon. My grandma was an Avon representative for almost 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And she swore by Skin So Soft, and we as kids would put Skin So Soft on, and no mosquito bites. So I usually buy that in the summertime. It's kind of got a... I don't know, not a bad smell, but kind of
pleasant.
It's pleasant. I used to tease my grandma when she'd put it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, this lotion smells like an old lady. And my grandma would start laughing. She'd be like, whatever, it does not,
Well, the mosquitoes, they don't like it.
They don't, so Skin So Soft from Avon works great. Just telling you.
Do you only get attacked on the ankles?
If I'm wearing shorts, yeah.
Really?
But sometimes I'll get it on my cheek or something like that.
Other parts.
I don't put the oil all around.
Right.
The worst is my legs, and so I just put it around my ankles, and
I get.
So you smell fresh with the Avon.
I get seriously, they don't like me. Mosquitoes.
Lucky you.
I know, but my mom, she's out there for she's out. Oh my God! It's like she'll go get the mail. And she comes back and she's just like, and she cannot, and she wants, I mean, she has all of the remedies and everything. I mean, they love her. They're obsessed with her.
And they say, water in your backyard, stuff like that. And my backyard is very green. People have seen me live at my house. But I did some clearing out this winter of some decorative grasses and stuff like that, where I thought maybe the mosquitoes would be more apt. So we'll see how it goes this year. But yeah, I'm just... Skin So Softed up. My legs.
It's always, I mean, but I know it's a huge, huge issue. I mean, so many people.
Yeah, and they're the little ones. You can't even see them. No. Like, where are they?
Yeah, and they just, those Aedes aegypti mosquitoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the ones.
Just so you know, they're back.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us for After Sunrise. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, everyone.